Good evening. Today we're going to review the market very quickly and then go over several stocks. Today is the March 16th. SPY is doing great. Russell is also doing great, came back to previous support. Dow Jones is way on up there. Expecting a pullback, maybe a rotation, maybe into the Qs. So technology's still been hit pretty hard. However, some of the FANG stocks are looking pretty good. Most of the other ones are still trying to make the switch. I like Qs to move up from here. We could see a pullback back to 315, 316 area. If we come all the way back to 310, I would be expecting a rollover. But from here, I am looking for a continuation up if the money can move out of the other sectors. Real quick, we're going to look at the FANG stocks. Facebook, nice wedge, finally breaking out. I do expect this to continue higher. But right now, I would wait for a pullback to buy before going long if you missed it. Amazon. Looks like it's been trending sideways in this channel. We hit the lower support, came up, pulled back, and we could continue up from here. In a lower time frame, it's a little bit easier to see. Higher highs and higher lows as we first come down and then change direction, get the new higher low and new higher highs, and we're trending sideways. If we break this level, I would expect us to continue up. However, going back to the day chart, this could be a little head and shoulders pattern here. So I might actually have to get up to here to show commitment higher. But I do see this continuing up to this top channel if we can get a trigger. Google, very strong and trending sideways. We could see a breakout above this line. SQ, not in the FANG stocks, but one of interest. It's been looking pretty strong. We had a nice pullback back to support. We're holding this previous line, support line. I am expecting this to continue higher. I really like this setup and chart. And before I move on to these, I wanted to go over some of the ones that I went over previously. Sorry, I'm going to go all the way back to the first one. So big did not get the move through that I was expecting, but we did get a pullback to the 8 EMA. This might be an entry. Definitely put a stop below here, and we could, if it can break through this, we could see it get up to the 1618. HIBB has made its move, and I'm out. I don't know if you guys were able to catch this move. It might get up to the 1618, but since we hit the upper trend line, it's time to take money and go. KLR, I still like this stock from a long-term perspective. I'm not adding any more here unless we can see a continuation up. If we come all the way back to maybe the 50 MA, I might add, but I have to make sure that we're maintaining support and nothing's going wrong with the company. PLTR was another one we were looking at for long term. It's still holding. Not so great, but it did get rejected at this previous resistance line. We could see this move up to this resistance line. AI was definitely rejected at the 8 EMA. We are holding previous support. This doesn't look like it'll hold. I feel like it'll fall through here. And, you know, if we can get it back above the 91, like I mentioned before, we could see this move up. I am currently out of AI. GE was another one we were calling for a swing. Nice swing up, hit resistance. Still expecting this to move higher. I am holding half my size. We held the 8, held previous support. Still looking good to me. I'm still holding my position. If we break this line, I am willing to get out, or at least reduce size. Now for some new ones. Star Peak Energy hit the upper resistance, head and shoulders forming. Doesn't look good. I wouldn't stay in it unless you are confident in this company and where they're going. Yeah, and again, if it gets above 36, then Head and Shoulders has failed. CCIV looks great. I believe shorts got squeezed here. We came back and held the 2-3 extension. I'm expecting a continuation up. How far? Not sure, but I at least expect this to get back somewhere in this range. I did sell put and have some shares. Another strong stock. We need to see it break above this 75 level. A lot of resistance here, but we are looking good from an EMA standpoint. And this downward trend, though, you know, if we can break up to here, we might pull back and then continue. I would definitely keep a short leash on this one. I want to like this company for the long term. It's hard to play this move, but again, we held previous support. The wedge broke out, came back, and held. I do see a lot of resistance here and a lot of upward resistance. I would want to look on a lower time frame, see if we can get an entry. We held the 8. If we can break above the 204, we could continue up, but we got the 200 moving average that'll potentially stop us and other support levels here. So, but I do like this company for the long term. This one looks good to me. It's a new company. Nice move up, pullback, pretty deep pullback, but held the 8. A lot of these charts are looking really similar, and I see us moving higher on this one. Again, probably to the 0.5 extension or 0.618. And it's an easy enough to call a stop below 56. So if we get above the 21 EMA, definitely go long. a small position to start. Now this is a low penny stock, low cost stock. I've held it, sold it, willing to buy back. You can definitely see a lot of resistance at this level, $2.32. Willing to take a bigger portion, I think, if you pull back to the 205. However, this upward trend line will likely prevent quick movements up. And again, I would be getting out probably at the 7-8 with more than half my position size. It's another low-cost stock, originally in the penny range. Only play these if you want to really take gambles, but again, the EMAs look good. We did a nice pullback and found some strength. We do have an upward trend. I do not expect this one to move very high anytime soon, but we might go up to 550, 580 range. Back to the expensive stocks. The reason why I have this one on the list is just because the EMAs all look good, well positioned. We held a previous support, and this company has overall been doing really well, just strong uptrend. So if you didn't catch this pullback, this might actually be a good entry point. And the only thing I don't like about it again is what we've seen before is this is sort of trending sideways and down if we can't get movement. Actually, let me go to the hour time frame. Yeah, I'm a little bit cautious on this one, but still looks like an overall strong stock. Workhorse got oversold, crushed here, and it's trying to find support. I think it's going to take a little bit more time for it to go back up, but again, we have a lot of support at this level. If you're willing to wait and hold, this could be a nice move up. I would think that we should be able to get back to around $25, maybe in a couple weeks. But again, we got a lot of resistance coming above us from the EMAs and some at 20. And you might have to be willing to hold through a little bit more jitters. Another new IPO stock. As far as a company, not sure if I really like it or not, but as far as a chart, if we come back to this 21 and 8, that might be a buying opportunity. Buy and look for a continuation up. I would definitely wait for a trigger and wait for earnings. I do not like holding stocks through earnings unless they are companies I really want to own. And one more. Not a favorite in terms of what this chart's showing me. However, we have hit major resistance here, found a bounce point. We could get back up to the 94, 95 level. If we break above the 96, we could continue higher. But if I was to play this, which I'm not going to, I would definitely look for more of a short-term move up. I do own shares in this company from a while back, but I'd want to see it come up, pull back, and then continue up before I would actually get in again. And that's a quick recap. Hope this helps. Have a good night.